Diseases of the mind. We are familiar with bodily afflictions and their consequences. A single physical ailment has the capacity to ruin our entire day. It is not uncommon to hear people say that their back was aching or head was dizzy, and so they could do nothing throughout the day. However, physical ailments are not even fractionally as debilitating as mental ones. Sage Tulsidas states, Eka vyadhi vashinar marahin ye asadi bahu vyadhi पिरहिन संतता जीव कहूँ so kimi lahai samadhi. Even one physical ailment is enough to incapacitate us. Then think of the plight of the soul afflicted by numerous mental ailments. Is there a means for relief? The Vedic scriptures refer to anger, envy, greed, desire, among other weaknesses as manas rog, mental illness. They afflict all of us as long as we are in the world of Maya. The problem is that we often do not even realize that we have a mental affliction. We know we get angry, and we are aware that we become envious as well. But we do not know that anger and envy are diseased conditions. Instead, we write them off as human nature or a natural tendency. And since we are unaware of their effect on our health and well-being, we do not try to cure them. These mental diseases are so overpowering that even government laws are unable to keep them in check. People know that violence can result in imprisonment, and yet when angry, they do not hesitate to transgress the law. They know that the consumption of narcotics is illegal, but still, driven by desire, they remain addicted. Why? Why is it that we behave in ways that do us more harm than good? To answer this question, let us study the diseases of the mind one at a time. The disease of anger. One of the grossest mental afflictions is anger. When it arises, it disturbs our inner poise. It causes a rush of blood to the head. We often regret what we say or do when we are in a rage. Later, we wish that we had not become angry, and we wonder how we succumbed to it. The backlash of anger can remain inside us for much longer than the provocation that caused it. Rosh was changing the punctured tire of his car that was parked outside his home. Unknown to him, his son had taken a sharp-edged stone and was etching graffiti on the other side of the car. After replacing the wheel, Rosh walked around and discovered the damage that his 5-year-old son had done. Rosh became livid with rage. He took the spanner in his hand and began beating his son mercilessly on his knuckles. Though the son screamed, Rosh continued slamming his hand in his fist in his fit of fury. Later, Roche discovered that he had broken the fingers of his little boy. He rushed him to the hospital. The doctor examined the hand and said that a couple of fingers would have to be removed to avoid gangrene from growing in the dead mass. Ross was shattered at what he had done. After the surgery, when the little boy regained consciousness, he looked at his hand and asked innocently, "Father, when will my fingers grow back?" Rosh broke down in tears. He returned home filled with remorse. In the driveway, his eyes fell on the graffiti on the car. His son had written, "I love you, Dad." The child had innocently expressed his love by scratching the car. But in his rage, Roche had behaved like a fiend. Such is the nature of anger. It makes us forget civility, good manners, and kindness. In its grip, humans forget basic respect, empathy, and compassion. Hence, the Sanskrit saying, "Krodhat krodhe kathnute." Do not allow anger to overcome you. Rather, become angry upon the anger itself. Now, before us is this: how can we overcome anger? Nobody wants to become a slave of fury and allow the intellect to be deluded by it. Yet, when it attacks us, we forget and make the mistake of giving in to it. Why does anger arise, and is there any permanent solution to overcome it? In order to answer this question, we first need to understand another mental affliction.